So welcome back to Simple Life with Rob Pusateri. Today we're making some simple ribs. I'm making some St. Louis style pork ribs on the smoker. Just going to go through a little quick scenario of how I put them together with some of the seasonings I'm using and the neat little devices that we're using today. I am using just plain old Kingsford charcoal that I picked up at one of your big department stores. And I'm also using, instead of the typical cherry or oak or pecan or hickory splits on the charcoal, I'm actually using a maple. I cut down a silver maple tree out behind the house this past fall, and I cut a couple splits out of that, and I'm using that on top of the charcoal in there on the basket to smoke these ribs. I've been using the maple to do a couple other things recently, and I really enjoy the flavor that it puts on the meat. So anyway, we're gonna run these for a little while. I'll go through the steps on how we're doing it, and hopefully you enjoy the video. So I've got these ribs trimmed up, seasoned up to where I want them, and I'm using my own rub that we use at our catering facility. It's got turbinado sugar in the raw in it, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, some cumin, a secret ingredient that I'm not going to disclose, and a few other things that just make our ribs absolutely amazing. And we're going to be putting them on here in a couple minutes. So I cut them in half because this is a smaller smoker. And this way I can get both halves on here. Get them going. So I'm using a neat little apparatus today. It's called the Billows Fan Control, a product made by ThermaWorks, that's what it's called, who also makes the ThermaPen, which I love. This is going to control this thing and keep it running at 200, and I have it set for 234 degrees. I'm a little bit late getting them started, so I added a few degrees to it, but they should be fine running at 234. Probably can bump it up to 250, we'll see. I'm gonna check them after about 2 hours and see just where the internal temp is. I'm trying to get them up to a temperature of 170 degrees before I wrap them. And then we'll go from there. This is how we make ribs at my house. So it's been 2 hours. We put these on at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's now 4 o'clock, and we're gonna check them with the ThermaPen. But before I do, in case you've noticed or haven't noticed, I took the Billows fan, I took it off. I don't know what was going on with it. It might be the way I have it connected. It might be because it's 86 degrees outside, but I had trouble keeping the temps down with that thing. It kept wanting to run up in the 280s to 290s. So I took it off. I'm running at about 265 to 270, which is fine. And it's been running at that temperature for about the past hour or so. So we're gonna open this up and take a look at these ribs and see what temp they are now. So I'm actually running in the 170s on that one. $150s on this one. So we're just going to go ahead and get our foil out. We're going to go ahead and wrap these here in a second, and I'm going to do something a little different. We fermented some garlic, whole cloves of garlic in honey, and I've already eaten all the garlic out of that honey. I'll put it on my salads, and we still have some of the honey left, and I've just been drizzling that on salads. But today I'm going to drizzle the honey the garlic infused honey from the fermentation on these ribs. I believe it's going to turn out good. If you've ever heard of honey garlic or garlic honey barbecue ribs, wings, whatever, that's what we're going to end up putting on this, and I think it's going to turn out fantastic, and I will let you know. All right, we're gonna come back and check them probably in about an hour and a half. Another hour and a half they have to go. We'll see what they look like. All right, it's been another hour and a half and we're gonna see how we've done here. We're looking for a temp of 207 and I'm reading 210. At 212. Sounds to me like dinner's ready. So I'm actually gonna open these up and go in the house and get some more honey, sprinkle on that, and put them back on the grill uncovered to get them nice and sticky and wonderful. All right, we're gonna let these go for about 10 more minutes, and then it's time to rest. All right, it's time to get these ribs off. They have been cooking a total time of about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I ran them a little hotter than I typically like to, but I think they rendered well. They look pretty good, and we're gonna go see what they look like. I think they look pretty freaking good. I'm looking forward to chomping down on these bad boys. One. Number 2. Beautiful, beautiful color. Yay. So we're going to do a taste test now. This was smoked with maple over charcoal. We'll see how, and all we put on it was our rub, and then I drizzled some honey, some garlic infused honey first, let it cook for an hour and a half in that, and then the just a little regular honey on it, and let it finish up. So we'll see what it tastes like. I would say that's pretty amazing. And the bite through is, well, pretty good as well, although it did fall off the bone. Thanks for hanging out with us today.